Welcome to Comfort Zone, a podcast all about pushing a host, outside of their comfort zone. I'm Christopher Lawley, and each week I am joined by two incredible co-hosts, but this week we've been betrayed. There is no Matt Birchler. I am just joined by Niléane. Niléane, how do you feel about this betrayal?
I feel fine, actually.
Oh, okay.
It was bound to happen. It's the first time that it's just us two, right?
No, I think it's just been us two before. I think we've done like every combo of just two of the three hosts. Okay. But yeah. No, it's just the two of us this week, but we have some exciting stuff to talk about nonetheless. You have something in the document here. What is this about?
I saw this yesterday. You may click the link. It's a new thing that Belkin just announced. And it's called, what is it called? The Belkin Power Grip.
Oh,
and what this is a camera grip for your iPhone. It attaches via MagSafe, and it's also a battery.
Oh, it's also a battery as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I thought this looks interesting.
This does look interesting. It's $80. So it's a little outside of the whole I'll just throw money at it and try it for giggles. But honestly, this looks kind of cool. If there was an external hard drive in this, so you could plug it in and shoot the ProRes RAW, that would be really interesting to me.
It has a tripod mount screw hole.
That is cool.
Yeah.
It also looks like you can put it in portrait mode and it stands up on its own if you do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And then because it's MagSafe, you can just rotate the phone if you want to shoot landscape stuff, but it stands up on its own. That's kind of interesting.
It's got a screen. You will like that.
I do like screens. I do like screens on my chargers. Oh, and it has a USB-C cable built into it, I'm guessing, so you can charge the battery.
Yeah, I'm not sure understand where it goes when
it looks like it's retractable.
Oh, it's it's a pulling. You have to pull it kind of thing.
Yeah, you pull it and then it snaps back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. This is interesting, and I kind of want to order this. There's a non-zero chance that next time we record, I have one of these or it's on the way.
Oh, yes.
I will leave this tab open and decide later.
Is it on pre-orders? It's already out.
I think it says buy now.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. There is a non-zero chance I have this the next time we record. But I don't know. That's we'll see. I
mean, you can't take it back. It's yours. You have it now.
This is interesting. I like this. So, I think we didn't even mention that this is it has a shutter button, it has a camera button so that you can take photos and take videos, and it has a grip so that you can hold your iPhone a little more stable. So if you're shooting video, your video won't be all wobbly and stuff. It'll because I'm going to guess this thing is, since it's got a battery in it, it's got some heft to it.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to hold this a little more stable while doing panning shots and stuff like that.
Seeing how it can hold itself up vertically, it seems like it's got some weight.
Yeah. And that's the big issue with shooting with an iPhone and doing video is there's not a lot of weight to it. So it's really easy to just wobble it in your hands.
Yeah.
With some weight, you can kind of balance it a little bit better and just hold it so you're doing a little bit more smoother video. You may have just made me spend money.
I knew you would like this. Yes.
We should have been, from the very start of the show, we should have started a spreadsheet with how much money we make the others spend. Whenever we convince somebody to buy something, that would have been an interesting statistic.
I would win. I'm not easily convinced, generally.
I think you would win. I think you would win in convincing me and Matt to spend money.
Yeah.
I think that would be you. I don't know. I think I'm also really good at spending Matt's money as well. I've got him to buy a few keyboards.
That's true. It's the time of the week where we have a podcast within a podcast, right?
I don't know. I'm not allowed on this podcast.
Yes, that's true. Yes, confidence. Okay. We are back on the Browser Podcast. Hit it, Matt. Virtual Matt. Hit it with the intro. Oh, I can do lasers.
That's fireworks, not lasers. But hey, it works.
The Browser Podcast.
Oh.
All right. Welcome back to the Browser Podcast. This is a great show, weekly show within a show where we talk all about web browsers. I'm half of your hosts. Matt is out today, but we have a guest today. Chris, you are on the Browser Podcast. How does it feel?
Thank you so much for having me on. It is probably the biggest honor of my life to be on the Browser Podcast. You know, I've been a long time forced listener. You know, I've been forced to listen every single week, but I'm a first-time caller, so I'm excited to be here and to chat with you about all things web browsers.
Yeah, as you should be. You yeah, perfect. Last week you were tasked to check out a new browser that's called Aura browser. It's a browser that was recommended to us in the feedback form. And so it looks like Arc. It's basically yet another Arc clone. But this one is for iPadOS and visionOS.
Yes. And we should say right up front, so there'll be a link in the description, but it is not on the App Store. The link is to a GitHub page, but there is a test flight link in there. So you can click that test flight, and last time I checked, the test flight wasn't full. It's not a great browser. I set it as my default browser, and it didn't even last a full day, but I did use it periodically throughout the week.
Okay.
It's really not that great good looking. Like, it really doesn't look good. It's got this purplish gradient as the background, and like no matter if you're using light mode or dark mode, it just sticks out. It doesn't look good, and I couldn't find a way to change that. I was like, if it really should just be white if you're in light mode and some kind of dark gray if you're in dark mode. I feel like the developer behind this really wanted to do a gradient. But like you said, it's kind of an Arc clone, but for the iPad and Vision OS or Vision Pro. And because of that, it's still a WebKit browser. It's not a Chrome browser. It doesn't have the Chromium back, so it's just a WebKit browser. But it does have sidebar tabs. And oh, I love sidebar tabs so much. They are so great. I absolutely sidebar tabs everywhere. They're just so nice. It's really nice to just see everything laid out. Like, I don't know about you, but when I'm using Safari or any other browser and I have tabs open, I lose what those tabs are because I have a bunch of tabs open and all of a sudden, like, I can't see what they are. With sidebar tabs, you can see what all of your tabs are and where they are and just click on them. It's glorious.
Yeah, no, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I don't get over. I rarely use too many tabs at once. I close my tabs as soon as I'm done with them. I rely on the browsing history a lot, and I assume that I will be able to find things back when I search in the address bar. So yeah, I close my tabs very often.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not one of those people. I'm usually, what happens is I go, oh man, I have a bunch of tabs open. So I sit there and just hit Command W a bunch until I'm like, all of my tabs are closed.
Yeah.
Because I have so many open, I don't know what's what. So I'm just like, screw it. And just Command W and close everything.
You know, there was this trend on Twitter back in the day where people would say, close your tabs on Fridays, every Friday.
Oh.
I always find that funny. Like,
interesting. Yeah, I just do it when Safari gets out of hand and I have too many things open.
Yeah.
Another feature of Aurora browser is it has profile support. So you have tabs on the side in the column, but at the bottom, and I don't really like this design, at the bottom you can set up like different profiles and stuff, and like you scroll horizontally through them, but it's just in the sidebar, so that things get cut off and you forget it because you don't see them there. It's cool that that's there, but yeah. The big thing that just had me running back to Safari is extensions. Safari is the only browser on iOS and iPadOS that supports extensions, and I use a bunch of them, and they're really handy. So it's just another case of Apple open up the browser side of iOS and iPadOS to allow actual other third-party browsers and not just reskinned, stripped-down versions of Safari.
Yeah. All right. So, out of 10, your rating?
It's got some good ideas. It's held back by the system. I'm going to give it a 6 because it's got some decent ideas. I would have given... Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it a 5. I would have given it a 6 if it wasn't for the purple gradient thing. The purple gradient really bugged me.
And it's in beta. Maybe the thing... Yeah...
That's completely fair. I do think, like, if you're an iPad user or a Vision Pro user, go check out the test flight. Give it a shot. Like, it's not going to cost you anything. It's really interesting to play with sidebar tab system. I really like that. I'm curious if Safari would ever adopt that. I don't think so, but maybe.
Yeah. Apparently, Chrome, like Google, is working on sidebar tabs.
Oh, really?
I saw that the other day. Yeah. So it's currently behind a flag in Chrome, in whatever Canary, Google Chrome Canary, testing builds of Chrome. And it doesn't look pretty right now.
Well, that's why it's behind a flag. Yeah. Interesting. That would be curious if that ships, because that would be, if that ships on Chrome and people like it, I could see Safari doing it then.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for coming on the Browser Podcast. This was a much more like very serious episode of the Browser Podcast, unlike our inaugural episode last week. I can't wait to have you back, Chris.
Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, long-time forced listener, first-time caller. So it's been great to be here to chat with you.
All right. See you next week. Or not. Another time.
Probably not. I'm not probably allowed back on if Matt's here. Speaking of other podcasts, this week on Cozy Zone, which is our members' special podcast, it's a whole separate podcast. You can check it out. There'll be links in the description to go see it. But this week on Cozy Zone, Matt and I quizzed Niléane on her U.S. geography skills, and it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny all the way around. It was a good time.
And I am waiting for my naturalization certificate or whatever. My U.S. citizenship certificate.
You sure you want that right now? You absolutely sure you want that one right now?
I mean, why not? I can keep it in a spare pocket somewhere.
Okay,
and pull it out when it's like a good opportunity to use it. You never know.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, but that was a good one. So go check that out. That was this week on Cozy Zone.
Yes.
You ready to get into the main show?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really excited for what I have for you this week. Like it just showed up this week. It showed up earlier this week, like Monday or Tuesday, and I've been having so much fun with it. And it is the brick.
What is this?
You may have seen this advertised, like it's advertised all over places like Instagram and stuff like that. But for audio listeners, it is a gray square and it just says brick on it. Literally doesn't, it's not much here. But what this is it is a device that you can, and there's an app on your phone. And then so you get the brick app. Let's see, how can I do this? You can put it up next to it. Oh, hang on. Brick device. You put it up next to it, and it scans it.
Or just like an NFC tag.
Just like an NFC tag. It works just like kind of like Apple Pay or any of that stuff, where like you scan it, And then what this does is you can use this to block apps. So now if I try and open up music here, it shows that it is blocked right now. So this is kind of like one of those productivity tools for people with like ADHD and stuff like that, that like if you find your phone to be really distracting, you can use this device. And this uses the built-in screen time APIs to block apps. Now, what's cool about this, and there are, and I've talked about apps that do the same thing, but the issue with apps is you could just go into the app and turn it off. Like, I have my phone in my hand. If I'm blocking something and I really want to get around that, I could just go in and turn that off. Where Brick comes in handy is on the back side of it, there's a magnet. So what I've done is I've went and put this on my refrigerator, which is the furthest thing from my studio in my house. Like, my refrigerator, you can't get much further in my house from the point of my studio to the refrigerator. You can't get much further than that. So this sits on my refrigerator now. So when I get ready in the morning and I'm like, okay, I got a lot of work to do. Like yesterday I had a big script I needed to write. So I grabbed my Dr. Pepper, I scanned, I held the phone up to this thing, opened the app, did the ready to brick, and walked away. And so that meant I couldn't access Mastodon. I couldn't access Blue Sky, Overcast Music. I have 26 different apps blocked in here. Now, there is a limit of 50 apps that you can block, and that's an iOS limitation. But what you can do is if you want to block a lot is there's either a block list or an allow list. So you could just be like, oh, allow these apps and it blocks everything else, or you can do what I'm doing and I selected 26 apps that I find to be very distracting, block those, can't open those, and in order to unbrick your device, unbrick your phone, you literally have to go back up to it, hit the unlock device button, so here, and then scan it again, and that will unlock your device. So now I could go in and open up Overcast or whatever. So
okay, why? I don't understand.
So I have found lately my phone to be very distracting. I have been just I've been distracting myself a lot lately with just like playing around, opening up games or social media apps or whatever. I've just been distracting myself a ton. And this has basically made it so that I can still use my phone for work stuff when I need to. So like if I'm filming a short or something like that, I can still use my phone. I'm not leaving it in another room or something like that. But those distracting apps that are causing me to not get work done, to pull my focus away from work, those are now blocked on my device. So I don't need to delete them or anything like that. And that barrier of me having to get up and walk to the kitchen to scan it to unlock the device, that is the thing that's working for me. So I used to use an app called Focus OS. I've talked about Focus Friend and stuff like that. But if I really want to get to apps, and I'm using the software solution for that, and I really want to get to apps, I can just turn that off in my phone. Like there's no barrier there. The barrier for this is I would have to get up, walk out of my studio, go to the other side of the house, scan the device to unlock it, and then do it. And that barrier I have found for me to be just enough to where like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to distract myself. I need to stay focused on my work.
So there's a scenario where if you go on vacation, you could like leave it at home and you'd have no way to unlock your apps until you come home?
Yeah, so you have to physically scan it to brick the device, and then you have to scan it again to unbrick it. So yes, technically,
so you could scan it before leaving.
You could do that. There is a setting in here that's called emergency unbrick, and like that gives you access to the stuff. I actually haven't used it. Let's see how that works, because I actually haven't used it because I haven't needed it. I don't know if it's limited by time. Use an emergency unbrick. Are you sure? Yes. So that will just unbrick your device, but you only get 5 of those. So I just used 1.
5 ever?
I don't know. It literally just says 4 remaining. and I just used one. So I don't know if like that's it, and I have no idea. Maybe you got to buy a whole nother brick. This thing wasn't super cheap. I forgot. Hang on. Let me look up how much it was before I say, because it was, yeah. Okay. So this thing's not super cheap. It's $60, and $60 for an NFC tag with a magnet on the back is
That's
a lot.
Expensive.
I guess you're also paying for the app. The app part is free, so I guess you're paying for that as well. But this has been working for me, and I really like it because of that. So yes, it's not cheap. It's not. Oh, they have a black one now. They didn't have this when I ordered it the other day. Oh, I feel ripped off. Now I gotta order another one.
I think the emergency unlock. There are just 5.
I just wasted one.
That's how it reads on the website. We offer 5 emergency unbricks in the app that will automatically unblock all apps. And that's it. End of the sentence. There's just 5 unlocks.
So for your situation where you went on vacation and you forgot to unlock your phone, that's what you use it for? Don't do that, I guess. I don't know. I haven't had
when
that.
I was saying that, I meant like intentionally you could do that. Like if you want to completely disconnect on your vacation or something.
Yeah, and so what's really cool about this is if you go in the app, there's different modes that you can set up. So I just have one that's called Focus, but like you could set up a vacation mode and be like, block my email app, block my calendar app, block my task manager. So you literally couldn't open those on vacation if you wanted. Or you could set up like a nighttime one that blocked all of your work stuff and just be like, okay, I am not working, now. I can't do it. And then, when you get up in the morning to go work, you would scan it again and it would unbrick it and stuff like that. So so there are different like modes you can do. And I don't think there's a limit to how many modes you could do. But yeah, you can create different scenarios. So you could create that vacation one, or you could create that evening one, or family one, or weekend one, or something like that. So it is blocking those apps that you don't want.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. It freaks me out, to be honest, but it's interesting.
I can see that. I mean, I don't go places, so it's, if something happened. But also the apps I'm blocking aren't critical. They're like, they're media apps, they're social media apps, they're games, stuff like that. So like if I didn't have access to those, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
But yeah, that's Brick. I really like this. I was pleasantly surprised to find out there's a magnet on the back, so I was able to put this on the refrigerator. So it's literally just as far away as because I was just gonna put it in a drawer or something when I ordered it, but when I saw that it had a magnet on the back, I was like, oh, perfect, right on the fridge. You just walk up, grab a Dr. Pepper, scan it, boom, phone's bricked. Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna grab from your fridge?
Food.
What? Food?
Yogurt.
Is that how do you pronounce that? Food.
Foude.
Foude. Okay.
Yeah, food.
Interesting. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that's a French word.
Oh, okay. Is that like that long bread you got?
Yes.
But yeah, so that's Brick. I like it. I think it's interesting. I know it's not for everyone, but I think we've heard from enough people that listen to the show that have ADHD and focus issues and stuff like that, that something like this could be really interesting for you. And like I said, there is software options out there like Focus Friend and Focused OS, and there's a bunch of others too. But I just find those to be really easy to be like, yeah, I'm going to bypass this, or yeah, I'm going to just skip this right now. I really want to mess around on my phone or something like that. And having the physical barrier of having to get up, walk to the fridge and scan this to unbrick my phone is enough to basically keep me on task. So what do you got for us this week?
Chris. So, I'm looking to the side because I was just like refreshing the news to get the latest up-to-date information. So, because what I wanted to talk about is what kept me like, how should I say? Not busy because not really, but distracted, I guess. Yes.
You need a brick. You need a brick.
Yeah. So it does. Okay. So does the brick work with Emmanuel Macron? Can I just like scan the guy with the brick and he goes away? Yeah.
Is it, if he's an app, maybe he's like a Tron thing where like that, then he's a program, so you could block him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway,
we're comfort zone is Tron. We fight for the users.
Yeah. So anyway, so the way that I'm taking you all out of your comfort zones today is that I'm going to talk about politics. That's just because it's what's on my mind, and I was thinking we could turn it into like an AMA. Ask me anything, Chris.
Okay.
Any details you want about the whole situation. I will first sum up the situation.
Okay.
And then you can ask anything you want. All about it. Stupid questions count.
All right. So French politics.
Yeah.
French politics. Right off the top of my head, the number one thing I need to know: what's the deal with Marie Antoinette?
Oh, she's gone.
Bummer. I missed her.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. From what I understand, Emmanuel Macron, I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name right.
Yeah,
Macaroon. Emmanuel Macaroon.
Perfect.
He is the president?
Yeah.
Okay. But then you have like somebody underneath him, but they actually run the government. And what, right? Like, am I on the right path here? Okay. What is their title?
Prime Minister. Premier Ministre.
Okay. So you got a prime minister and a president. That seems like okay. That's a lot there.
It's kind of unique. Yeah.
Yeah. So your prime minister that just got appointed to the job resigned, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm on the right track here. I just want to make sure I'm on the right track. Why did he resign?
Oh, it's funny you should ask. So it all started in July 2024.
So long ago.
We actually had just started Comfort Zone at the time. And you may remember that it was our first summer together, right? Recording Comfort Zone. And I was feeling off all summer long because what happened then is that Macron called snap elections. Basically, he decided just like that, out of the blue, let's dissolve parliament. It's a power of the president. The president can do that. And
Parliament for you guys is like our Congress. It's elected officials from different regions, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Representatives from all over France.
Okay.
And overseas territories, etc. So he decided, I will dissolve parliament. It's one of my powers as president. It's a measure. Yeah, the president can dissolve parliament. It's a measure that's intended to like, when there are political deadlocks, it's meant as a way out of deadlocks. Basically, the president can say, okay, we're deadlocked. Let's just call new elections and see if that changes things. However, Macron, he decided to dissolve parliament out of the blue. Like there was no real reason to do it. He just decided to do it right after the European elections. But that's more context that you may not need. So he dissolved parliament, and we ended up with a deadlocked parliament. We did not have a deadlocked parliament, and after he dissolved parliament, we had a deadlocked parliament. Okay, so
that was counterintuitive.
That was so there are basically 3 blocks in the National Assembly. Just like like Congress, you have 2 houses, right?
Yeah, we have the House of Representatives and we have the Senate.
And the Senate, right? We have the same thing. We have the Senate and the National Assembly. Here, all that matters is the National Assembly. And the National Assembly, so we re-elected them all last summer, and we ended up with a deadlocked National Assembly with 3 main blocks. It's divided in 3, basically. We have the left, which are the biggest of the threes. Right? It's the biggest of the three blocks. In the middle, we have the right-wing supporters of Macron and whatnot, and the conservative. They are the main, the center block. And on the right side of the assembly, we have the far right, Marine Le Pen and their buddies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where does Marie Antoinette come into all this?
Yeah, she's dead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. What about Hugh Jackman singing in Les Miserables? Where is he in all this?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, okay.
I kind of like The Greatest Showman, but...
Really? Over Les Miserables?
I've never seen Les Miserables. Yeah.
Cozy Zone episode. Hang on. I'm putting it in the document.
What is it?
Right now.
What's the idea?
We are going to watch Les Miserables.
Oh, really?
Where's the Cozy Zone document?
It looks like a bad movie.
No, it's awesome. It's Danielle's favorite movie.
I'm going to be so triggered.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
I don't even know where our Cozy Zone idea document is. Where what was that even called?
Let me add it.
Okay.
There you go. So yeah, 3 blocks, deadlock. However, the block that came in first place, was the left.
Okay.
The coalition of the left came in first. They don't have a majority, but they are the biggest bloc. Okay?
Okay.
So they can't govern alone.
Oh, okay. Because they don't have a majority.
Because they don't have a majority. They're just the biggest group in the assembly.
Okay.
So logical sense would mean that Macron, who has the power to appoint a prime minister, it's the president that appoints a prime minister. Okay?
And what's the power difference between the president and the prime minister? Is like the prime minister making like... So is it kind of like our president? Like what's the difference? Like what does the prime minister do?
It's kind of difficult to explain in comparison to the US, because I think like in the US, it's basically you have both in one person. The president is like the chief of state. Macron represents France abroad in international institutions and all of that. And whereas the prime minister and his government, they actually do things like in the country.
So they're like the local stuff, and the president is the figurehead to the rest of the world.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Okay. And that's theoretically. However, our constitution, the current constitution, makes it hard to be like that, because since the president in our constitution has a lot of power, his prime minister is never really super important. So Macron has had many prime ministers until last year, but we never really cared about his prime ministers because it's Macron who decides everything, and he just has his prime ministers do the things, right?
So it's kind of like it's kind of like the vice president's role, where they don't really do much. Like the biggest thing the vice president of the United States does is if the Senate votes, because the Senate is made up of 100 senators. Every state gets 2 senators. If there is a tie, the vice president comes in and votes as the tiebreaker. That's kind of like the biggest role of the vice president, other than like if something happens to the president, they take over. But that's kind of like that's kind of what I'm picking up here.
Yeah, it's not really like that.
Okay.
It's really just like...
Never mind.
Because the prime minister is really just in the executive branch, and the legislative branch is very separate. But anyway, so yeah, it's figure that it's just a split of power between the two that you have as a single person in the president of the US, basically. So yeah, anyway. So because the left was in first, the biggest bloc, it would have seemed logical that Macron would appoint a prime minister of the left.
But that's not his party.
But that's not his party. It happened in the past, like in the early 2000s, Jacques Chirac was a right-wing president, but the socialists, they won in the National Assembly. So the president was forced to appoint a prime minister, a socialist prime minister, which was Lionel Jospin at the time. And that's called a cohabitation. Basically, they have to live together. Is the meaning of the word?
They're like roommates. They have a 2-bedroom apartment, 1 bathroom. They gotta live together. You know, it's like a sitcom. Yeah. You won't believe what happens next week. They got a wacky neighbor that just pops in.
Exactly. Yeah. The president has to tolerate a prime minister of the other party, the other camp.
Okay.
But that was clear at the time because when that happened, the socialists, they had a majority. So the president had no choice. He either appointed a prime minister from the socialists, the left, or he appointed his own, and his own would get overthrown by the National Assembly. So he's just like, the constitution makes it so he has to. He has to name a prime minister from the majority in the National Assembly. But right now, as you know, it's difficult because there's no majority.
So
there's no majority in the National Assembly. So what is Macron supposed to do?
Phone a friend?
Yeah. So the logical thing would have been to appoint a prime minister from the left because they're the biggest group. But what he did is he named the prime minister from the right, even though they were far from having the biggest group. In fact, he named Michel Barnier his first prime minister last year, in September 2024. He named Michel Barnier a right-wing prime minister, and his political group was like the smallest group, I believe, in National Assembly, or close to the smallest, second to smallest. Anyway, so he made his own thing, and with the idea being that his supporters, his right-wing and conservative supporters, would just ally with them and just have a right-wing government. That did not work out. His first prime minister last year, he was overthrown by the National Assembly by a motion of no confidence.
So it's literally the Star Wars thing.
Yes.
It's literally when Padme goes, I forward
a motion of no confidence against
Chancellor Valorum.
Supreme Chancellor Valorum. Yes. Exactly.
Now, when somebody is overthrown in France politically, from what I have read historically, there's usually a guillotine involved. Is that still the case?
Okay, so sometimes I wish, but no. No. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, your politics has gotten boring then.
I know.
I mean, let's talk about King Louis.
I would argue they are not boring right now. I swear they are not boring. So yeah, the first guy last year got overthrown in 3 months. It was the shortest government we ever had. Since we've had this constitution, it was the shortest one ever. So he named another one, and instead of trying something else, he just appointed another one of the same camp.
Well, if you do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results,
it's bound
that's
to work.
Definitely not the definition of insanity.
Yeah, definitely not. And guess what? What happened?
What happened, Niléane?
So he lasted a bit longer. He lasted 8 months. And yeah, he was overthrown just as well. That was François Bayrou. So now, surely Macron will do something else. He will
absolutely
just try at least appoint a prime minister from the left, because the left has the biggest group in the National Assembly. So maybe that will last longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he didn't do that. He appointed yet another Macronist, another of his own party. Sébastien Lecornu. And that was 1 month ago. And you can sense that the timeline is accelerating, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
That was
like
1 month
up.
ago. He named yet another prime minister, Lecornu. So we lasted 1 month without a government because Lecornu, he took his time basically to form his government, to form his cabinet, to choose all the ministers. But last Sunday, so that was, as we're recording, it will have been a week and a half. But as we're recording, it's last Sunday, he revealed then all the names of his cabinets, like all the ministers. And it was like, hey, guys, there you go. I have spent a month trying to form a government, and there it is. I have a government. And turns out the government was extremely similar to the previous one, which was overthrown just 1 month ago. Like 2 months ago, actually. So he resigned the next morning. Isn't that? You can't invent that scenario.
This is wild. Yes. That they're literally just doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
And it's getting worse. Like it's a lot faster now. Like it would take months. A year ago, it would take months before you'd notice that it doesn't work. But now it's just a matter of hours. And like this is where maybe the tech comes in a little bit in this story. It's been extremely funny to observe social media since this Monday when he resigned, because he resigned after 14 hours of forming his government.
That's got to be some kind of record.
I remember a few minutes ago I told you Barnier last year was the shortest government we ever had. But his government lasted 1 month. So he was prime minister for 3 months, but his government lasted 1 month. Okay? Because it took about 2 months to form his government.
Okay.
Here, we had a new record. This prime minister was here for 1 month, and his cabinet lasted 14 hours. And the memes are crazy. Like some people, French people on social media are counting in Lecornu governments. Like they're doing recipes, cooking recipes, and instead of leave it in the fridge for 24 hours, they will say leave it in the fridge for 2 Lecornu governments. Things like
that is fantastic.
It's so funny.
That is awesome.
And one very funny thing is Instagram. So on Instagram, the French government, they have an official account, of course. Like an official institutional account of the government. And their Instagram stories. So on Sunday, there was... Can you see it coming?
Yeah.
That made the rounds. On Sunday, they published in their Instagram stories, here's the new government. You can see all of the names of our new ministers. Click here to see all the names. Then you click next in the Instagram story. And then it says, resignation of the government. With no transition whatsoever. In the same Instagram story.
Oh my God. I'm dying. That is hilarious.
Funny. And it doesn't end there, because there was a third slide in the story where you click next, and then the next story is, how are you feeling today? Let's talk about your mental health. And because it was just some kind of mental health campaign, unrelated.
It was some scheduled thing that was scheduled probably
exactly.
a week ago.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Yes.
I love everything about that. Oh my gosh, my eyes are watering. I'm laughing so hard. I can,
I will add the link in the show
that's
notes, maybe.
amazing.
Yeah. Anyway,
my eyes are red because I was they're watering because I was laughing so hard. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Right. So you're caught up.
Okay.
But are you? Because now, what is next?
What is next? I mean, my question is, so timelines are obviously speeding up.
Yeah.
This guy didn't even last a full day. He lasted 14 hours. So the next one, lasts a couple hours. At what point are you in the succession? Because eventually, France is just going to run out of people.
Right, yeah, I know.
It's not that big.
I know.
It's big, but it's not that big. So eventually France is going to run out of people. Where are you in the succession line?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's happening soon. I will just prepare myself to become prime minister. Surely it will last 10 minutes or something like that. So yeah.
But in that 10 minutes, you can just make a bunch of radical changes. Just have documents ready to go and just sign them quickly.
Yeah,
and
I should get prepared.
Yeah. See, this you can learn a lot from the U.S. government right now.
Yeah.
This is so. At what point? I mean, he's done it 3 times, right? Macaroon has done it 3 times.
He's done the same thing 3 times. Doesn't work.
So he's probably going to do it a 4th time. Or is there another path?
Okay, so we've had a crazy week because when Le Cornu resigned on Monday, no one was expecting it. And it felt like the regime was about to fall apart. And there was there were only 2 paths that were being foreseen by everyone. Either Macron resigns or he dissolves the National Assembly again. Those were the 2 realistic options on Monday.
But what was the option under secret door number 3?
We don't know yet.
Okay, dang. Okay, I was hoping there was going to be some wild twist.
Yeah, we don't know yet, but it's evolved.
Okay.
On Monday, yes, that we had these 2 options that seemed like it really seemed like one of those 2 would happen. But so there have been negotiations all week, etc. And as we're recording right now, it seems like Macron is about to do the same thing a 4th time.
Yeah. I shouldn't laugh because...
I swear I'm not kidding.
I shouldn't laugh, but it is hilarious.
It is. I agree. It is hilarious. We are on Friday as we're recording, so people know, because surely things will have changed by the time people listen to this. And today, Macron invited all of the main parties, at his palace, at the Élysée Palace. And I'm reading right now live, that was 15 minutes ago. Most of them are coming out of the meeting and are saying, yeah, he's just going to appoint one of his own again. There's nothing we can do.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there's definitely a failure. And okay, I guess I shouldn't be the one to speak, but I didn't write the thing. There seems to be a failure in your constitution. There's a lot of failures in our constitution.
Yeah.
There seems to be some loopholes that Macaroon figured out, and
yeah.
Basically,
our constitution does not put too many obstacles in front of the president's office. He has tools to unlock situations. But there is nothing in place to force him to use any of them. So if Macron insists on blocking everything, things will stay blocked. And there's nothing people can do. All the National Assembly can do is overthrow his governments again and again and again and again, which is bound to happen. If it is confirmed, we'll probably know tonight that he will appoint a fourth prime minister from his own party.
And this one will surely work. Absolutely. Surely this one will work.
Surely it will work.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm done, Chris. I just this was fun because it was fun to actually rant a little bit by narrating the events. And I'm curious, what even happens tomorrow or next week or a month from now. Who knows? On Monday, I was convinced that we would have to go vote in November, that we would have a new assembly by Christmas, and it's all been turned upside down since, so maybe nothing will move at all. So who knows? And of course, you guys are having a shutdown, right?
Yes, our government is completely shut down right now.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that one party controls the House, the Senate, and the executive branch, the three things that are required to pass a budget, which the reason why the government is shut down is because they can't pass a budget. Despite the fact that one party controls all three of those things, which is what is needed in order to pass the budget, though that political party is blaming the other political party and saying it's their fault, even though they control the House, the Senate, and the executive branch. Oh, and basically the judicial branch as well.
Yeah, that's a feat.
It's chaos, and not the fun kind of chaos that our show normally is.
Yeah, it's actually very similar because this is also the thing right now in France, the budget.
Oh,
we have no budget yet for next year, and Le Cornu, he resigned because he said, I can't pass a budget with the state of things. And Bayrou, he was overthrown because the National Assembly was like, your budget sucks. We don't want this right-wing austerity thing. So, and I believe there's constitutionally no risk of shutdown in France. It doesn't work at all like the US, but it's the same kind of issue.
Yeah. The US shutdown is really bad because a lot of people that have government jobs can't work. You can't work. Right now it's essential personnel only in government positions, and those people that aren't working don't get paid right now.
Yeah, that's awful.
So it's not good at all. It's really a terrible, terrible situation, and it happens lately. It's happened almost every single year because it's used as a political tool, and you're messing with people's livelihoods, and not great.
Yeah.
So fun. That was actually really fun to walk through the state of French politics with you. Because there is some similarities, and then there's just some wild stuff happening there. But that was pretty fun. Should we get to our challenge?
Let's do it. Okay.
So the challenge, well, it was kind of a group decided challenge because we workshopped it on the last one. It really wasn't anyone in particular, but Matt, we found out before we recorded last week that Matt wasn't going to join us this week. So I wanted to do something that would work with just me and Niléane, and me and Niléane have very different music tastes. We ended up coming up with a challenge that was just recommend some music that the other person would like. Do you want to round robin this?
Let's do it, yes.
Okay. All right. I could go first. So the first song I recommended to you is one of my all-time favorite songs. It's just like a fun pump-up song. I listen to it all the time right before I sit down to record a video. And it's Jump by Van Halen. And I'm curious, have you ever heard it before?
So I had no idea what that was looking at the name of the track.
Okay.
However, when I started listening to it, I recognized it immediately.
Oh. It's a very popular song. It's Van Halen, who's one of the biggest hair metal bands of the 80s. It's their biggest song. It's in movies and stuff like that. It's in a lot of places. So but I'm curious, what did you think of it?
I thought it's really nice. It feels like it's a party. And
okay, yeah.
I associate it with like victory. Like it seems like the kind of soundtrack that would play when you've won something, or when a main character in a movie has won something at the end after the climax. Feels like that.
So, David Lee Roth, the frontman, well, sometimes the frontman for Van Halen. That's a whole thing. We won't get into it. Yeah, I could. What you just did for French politics, I could literally do for the history of Van Halen.
Oh,
so
damn.
Yeah, we won't.
Who gets
do that.
overthrown in that story?
David Lee Roth gets overthrown. Then Sammy Hagar. Then David Lee Roth comes back. Then there's a third guy that I can never remember his name. Then David Lee Roth again. It's a whole thing. I see. Literally, it's French politics. But Jump, when David Lee Roth comes out and he performs the song, he usually has like this big flag he's waving around. Like it is like a party. It's like a pump up song kind of thing. Like Van Halen, it was, they kind of got famous in LA and they were like the party band. Like they would play like backyard deals and gigs and stuff like that. Like that's how they got big. So yeah, I kind of picked this one because I knew you kind of like exciting pump up music kind of thing. And I thought that was kind of along those lines.
Yeah, good shout. I liked it. I immediately got a sense of the kind of music that you like, where the music that you listen to, I will try to maybe explain as we go along your other picks. But the first thing I can say is it's often very sparkly sound and very pattern-y, like some recognizable pattern that repeats, and I think that's your kind of sound.
I would probably agree with that. Yeah, I tried to pick music that wasn't like super popular that you may not have heard.
Yeah.
Or maybe you have heard in like a couple of times in the past, but definitely the picks that I did have that kind of repetitive nature of music.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. My first pick that I sent to you was... so, do you know that band, by the way?
The Killers.
The Killers, yes. Do you know them?
Yes. I mean, Mr. Brightside, all that stuff.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about the Killers is I'm not a super big fan of their classic albums.
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge fan of one of their, it's their most recent album, I believe. The one that's called Imploding the Mirage. This is the album that came out in, let me check, 2020, during the pandemic. Yeah. And Imploding the Mirage, I believe, is one of my all-time favorite albums. I've listened to this album on repeat so many times. And I've sent you the track that's called When the Dreams Run Dry. And so, what do you think?
I like this. It reminded me, have you ever heard the song I Ran by a Flock of Seagulls?
Yeah, I think so. I think I know what that is.
Okay. Google really quick on air because I want your reaction.
Okay.
Google a Flock of Seagulls and look at the guy, look at like the band members.
A flock of seagulls.
A flock of seagulls.
Okay. A flock of seagulls.
You will probably recognize this hair from something.
No, I don't know.
Okay, the hair of
that makes an M, like M-shaped hair.
Yeah, so he's got like the spiky sides, but the bit coming down the front.
Yeah.
So that do you recognize that from any place?
No. Yes, so but that's not probably not what you're thinking of.
No, it's probably exactly what I'm thinking of. It's what the hair Chandler had in Friends.
Oh no, I was not thinking of that, but you're right. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the Flock of Seagulls hair. So that's kind of like their big thing is that the dude had spiky sides, but then it was flat and coming down on the in the middle. It was flat and it was coming off.
And that's in reference to that in Friends?
Yeah, so that in Friends is in reference to a flock of seagulls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry, I derailed your thing, but I actually really like this song. I thought this was interesting. I bookmarked this album. I'd never listened to this album. I've only listened to The Killer's older stuff, but I saved this album and I'm going to listen to it later.
Yeah, I really like this song, and I'm hoping that maybe you can sense that what I like in music is when there are chapters inside the songs. And like, I mean that in the vaguest way possible. Like when there are like very distinct parts in the one song. So this one song, and it's the case for many songs on this album. They start slow and then build up, and then there's a big explosion of sound at some point, and then it comes down again in the second part of the song, and then maybe it goes back up again. So like in terms of energy in the song.
Yeah.
There's one line in the lyric of the song that I want to mention. It says, one time the singer cries and shouts, "We all gonna die," and I relate to that. There you go.
I mean, eventually. Hopefully not anytime soon, though. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a good song. Like I said, I bookmarked the album and I'm going to listen to it later. I almost sent you, I'll spoiler for what I don't have. I almost sent you some Pink Floyd stuff, but I thought you might have heard that. I like Wish You Were Here and stuff like that. And that is like that perfect, like chaptery kind of like the sound changes and builds and then goes and like it like takes a long time to get started. It's that. I should have included that one, but I didn't.
Yeah, but you could have. I don't know much from Pink Floyd.
Okay, I think you would actually really knowing what you just explained to me. I think you would like a lot of Pink Floyd stuff.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
I'll send you some after the show. Okay, so my second song that I actually sent you was "This Secret Ninja" by AFI. Now, AFI is an interesting band. Their older stuff is very punky. Their newer stuff is very poppy. This is from their second album, so this was when they were still a punk rock band. Like, an ongoing joke with AFI is, like, people my age go, you know that meme of, like, it's the grandma and she has her granddaughter next to her and she's like, and the grandma is like, I remember when such and such. And so there's always a meme going around of like, I remember when AFI was a punk band, and the granddaughter's like, okay, let's get you to bed, grandma. So I remember when AFI was a punk band, and this album, their second album, is my favorite album they've done. And this is my favorite song on that.
So that's
album.
more like you would say that's more like a punk album.
Yeah, that's a punk album, yeah.
Okay. So I will say I'm not a big fan of this one.
Okay.
I think it feels a lot like the first one, but like again, I think this is exacerbated the thing that I was talking about. Like it's very patterny in the sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
And I think I get bored too quickly of that type of sound. Like I check out at some point because it too quickly becomes background noise. Not to demean the song or anything, but it's kind of like that because I can't focus on the song anymore.
I know, I get that. No, I totally get that. Yeah. No, okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. What was your second one here?
So
I can't even pronounce this one.
Yeah, I felt like I should include some French thing in there. Also because I listen to a lot of French music. So it seemed fair to include one. This is probably my favorite French band, Feu Chatterton.
Okay.
Yeah, and
what does that mean? Does that translate to something?
So it means fire with the exclamation mark.
Okay.
I don't know how to. Chatterton is like the tape. Is there a word?
What?
That's an idiom. Chatterton is like it's black thick tape.
like gaffer's tape or
Yeah.
electrical tape or something?
Yeah, for some reason we call that Chatterton. I mean, not we, like young people don't call it that anymore, I don't think, but
Oh, okay.
it's a word for it.
Huh, okay.
Yeah. And this song is from their latest album, which came out like 3 weeks ago or something.
Oh, nice.
Very new, yeah. But for Chatterton, I love this band, and I listened to the entire discography of theirs. I have nothing to throw to the bin. Like, I absolutely love this band. They have amazing lyrics. You can tell that. So their lead is the singer, and they write all the lyrics, and they are an amazing writer. They're clearly a poet as well. And anyway, so this is from the latest album, and it's called Allons voir, and that means let's go see.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go see.
I like this song. I obviously had no idea what they were saying, but it had like a funky bass line and a really good guitar solo. And I was like, yeah, I was jamming along with it. No idea what they were saying, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
As far as I know, they could have been like, Chris Lawley's an idiot, something like that. Like, that could have been the whole song, and I'm like, yeah, right on.
Yeah, no, it's a wholesome song, I think. Like, it's more like, let's come together, let's go see. What is it? I'm trying to sing it in my mind just to remember the lyrics.
Sing it in your mind and translate at the same time.
Is like my brain is not following. Like, anyway, yeah, it's a wholesome song. Like, it feels like a good vibe summer song.
Okay. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't know what they said, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun song. All right. So my last song, and I have a little bit of a story to go along with this one.
Oh, nice.
Is I Hate Myself for Loving You by Joan Jett.
Mm-hmm.
Joan Jett is a rock goddess. She is amazing. And I'm not a jealous person. I don't really get jealous of other people. It's not really my thing. But my brother, who is a sound engineer who has put on a lot of live concerts, once did a show for Joan Jett. He was like filling in for somebody. And she came up to him and kissed him after the show, and I've never been so jealous of somebody in my life.
Oh, wow.
Massive crush on Joan Jett. But anyways, I love this song. She has a bunch of other songs that you might know. Like, do you know the song like I Love Rock and Roll? Or I Don't Give a Damn About My Rep?
I love rock and roll.
Yeah. I love rock. And then she does the one that's like, I don't give a damn about my reputation.
All right, yeah.
So she does those. But this is my favorite song from her. So I'm kind of curious what you thought about this one.
So this is my favorite one, I believe, from the three that you sent me.
Okay.
Really like the energy in this voice, in like very punchy. I don't know what to say. Like, I really like it. Yeah, I really
nice.
Like it.
No, that's fantastic. I'm glad you liked it. This was actually the one I was the least sure about. So I'm glad you like this one.
Yeah, I like also when there's a sense of chorus. I don't know if there's a chorus. Like, I wrote this down, but like it felt like maybe there's a reverb. It's what's helping. Like, there's a sense of space in the sound of this music, whereas the first two, like I said, they feel very sparkly, and I think the sparkly feeling comes from the fact that it feels very closed in. And yeah, my descriptions of music are very abstract.
Hey,
perhaps
you know more than I do. I have no musical talent whatsoever. That all went to my brother.
Like, I'm not a musician, but
my brother got all the musical talent. I got the good looks. But yeah,
it's just that I know very precisely what I like. So yeah.
No, that's good. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm just kind of somebody that like I listen to something and I either like it or I don't.
Yeah, but yeah, this was a really nice one. My last one was a quite different pick. This is so do you know about Leprous? Have you heard about them?
No, I've never heard of this band
That was the
before.
first time you listened to Leprous.
Yes.
Okay, so Leprous is a Norwegian Oh my God, I don't want to say anything wrong.
Oh, you're going to get
Where are
banned
they
from a country like Matt?
Are they from Norwegian, please? Yes, they are from Norwegia.
You mean Norway?
Norway, yes. Norwegia, yeah.
No.
So they're Norwegian metal band.
Okay.
However, like, I don't listen to a ton of metal. It's pretty rare, actually. But Leprous, like, absolutely love Leprous. This is from an album called Aphelion. And this is very atmospheric. Lots of beautiful vocals in that album. And long, chill moments that contrasts with the musical drops that they get inside their songs and the explosions. So this is a really nice album, I think. Like, very nice lots of melodies in this album. What did you think? So this is the track that I sent you, All the Moments. And I picked this one because it starts with a big showdown of both bass and cymbals and all of that. And then it stops quite suddenly. It's still all of this at the beginning of the track. And it's very chill with some I forgot the English word. Drums. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Very low drums when it starts to build up again, with some beautiful vocals from the lead singer, and then it's a beautiful song. What did you think?
So out of the three, I would say this one was the one I liked the least. Okay. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't my... I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in the right mood for it, and I need to give it another go. But it didn't hit. The other two hit, and I was like, yeah, I'm headbanging along with them. But like this one just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't quite hit the same way for me. But maybe I just need to give it another go in a different context.
Yeah, I get that. Like I especially get that because Leprous is not something that I can listen to anytime. Like, yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, I enjoy it most when I'm in a specific mood. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe this afternoon or something, I'll give it another go and report back. But yeah, it for some reason it just didn't quite hit with me like the other two did, and I was just like,
I get it.
Fine. It's not. It's not. Wasn't something I would come back to, but I will go back to it and give it a shot.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I think this was like a fun challenge because this actually pushed me outside my comfort zone.
Yeah, me too.
This is none of this stuff is stuff I would have listened to on my own. So I legit like this.
Yeah, same.
And then there's Apple Music links in our document. So hopefully, Matt, if you're listening, links in the show notes. They're in the document, so you can copy and paste.
Yes.
All right. So we're challenge for next week. I think we decided I'm just gonna issue, because I didn't really issue a challenge last week, so I'm gonna issue the challenge this week because I had one I wanted all three of us to do, and since Matt wasn't gonna be here this week, we punted it. So this week's challenge is.
But next week he's here, so
next week he will be here. Next week it'll be all three of us. So I want us to make something creative with our iPhones. So it has to be from start to finish, completely made on your iPhone. Just something creative. And it's very open-ended like a lot of my challenges are.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I shall download all the meme-making apps.
Technically, that works. But yeah, no, I just thought, I was like, a new iPhone season might be interesting to do something like actually productive with the phones instead of just talking about GPU cores.
Yes.
All right. Well, that just brings us to the end of the show. Thank you all so much for listening. But I have an end of the show question for you, Niléane.
Yes.
That I specifically wrote. But we do want your questions. We have a feedback form, link in the description. You can play along with the challenge, send us into the show questions, whatever you want. But I have a question specifically for you. I want to know, what is your favorite Friends episode? I know you're a huge fan of Friends. Danielle is also a huge fan of Friends, so we watch it all the time. So I kind of want to know what your favorite episode is.
That's a difficult question.
I could tell you mine right off the top
Go
of my head.
ahead.
It's the one where nobody is ready. It's the one where
Oh
Ross
my
is
God!
getting
Yes,
that
excellent.
Ross
pick.
has a award show or something, or award thing, and like no one's getting ready. And it's actually the one where Matt LeBlanc dislocated his shoulder, so they actually had to come back and film the second half of it like weeks later and stuff like that.
This episode feels like a long shot. It is absolutely not a long shot, but because it's just the same scene going on and on and on.
So that's called a bottle episode, where like the whole episode takes place in Monica's apartment, and specifically just the main area. They don't even go into the bedrooms. Characters leave, like exit the set, but you don't follow them. The whole thing is just in the kitchen, dining room, living room area. And it's a bottle episode. And usually bottle episodes aren't great, but that one, man,
it's a great one.
It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
So one that came to mind for me was the one where they, I don't know what the name, but the one where they turn 30.
Oh yeah, I think it's literally the one where everyone turns 30.
Where
is the
everyone
title.
turns 30. Yes.
Yeah.
I vividly remember that one as something very funny to me, and something to which I will relate to shortly. And but yeah, I really like this one. There's also another one where I'm trying to remember, but I think it's the one where they're at the beach house and Ross and Rachel are getting back together, but she makes him read a 18 pages long
front of that
letter, and he does it because Ross is the stupidest guy on earth.
Yep.
Like, let's just call out Ross for good. Let's just do it. Like, we don't say it enough. He's the worst guy, and it's extremely funny to me how that episode exposes that greatly. That he's an sorry, but
Ross is terrible. Ross.
Yes.
Danielle and I talk about this all the time. Ross, the character, is horrible, but David Schwimmer, the actor playing Ross, is fantastic at it.
Yes,
he's perfect. But Ross is horrible. Ross, the character, is horrible. And just like there was a line in an episode we were watching the other night, and family-friendly podcast, can't give the context of it, but if you've seen the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where he's literally talking. Character makes a comment about something he hasn't done in a long time, and he goes, "It's winter. There's not very many people out on the streets right now." And it's like, oh my God, he's a serial killer.
Yes. Yeah, there's so many videos on YouTube where it's scenes from Friends with Ross, and they cut out the laugh tracks, the laughs from the audience, and they add suspense like thriller music.
It's so bad.
It really seems like Ross is a what's the word? Sociopath. Yes, exactly.
He oh gosh. One of my favorites is oh gosh, I'm totally blanking on it now. Oh, the way Mona, poor Mona.
Oh my God,
man,
yes.
Mona. She put up with way too much.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
But anyways, that is our friends talk. That's our podcast within a podcast within a podcast. Oh, no, we don't need another one.
I'll commission my composer right now.
Oh no, that would actually be really funny if like every single one of our segments had that. Too much.
Will escalate.
Too much. All right. Well, let's wrap up there. Do you have anything you want to promote this week?
Oh, not much, Chris. I'm turning 30 next year.
It's not that bad. Look, I'm more nervous about turning 40 than I was about turning 30.
I can understand that.
I just turned 35. Like, what was it? A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that. That was okay. Whatever. It was fine. All right. Thank you all so much for listening. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.